Hi. Ignore the fan, please. Okay, guys. Welcome to my floor. Welcome to my floor. Don't you wish there was more? Okay, this is take 2. That's why I started singing. I wanted to make a hair color video where I just talk about some tips and tricks that I have accumulated over watching different videos and other people who have taught me so much. As one of my favorite YouTubers for hair color goes, her YouTube name is Have You Met Ashley? One word. She's amazing. She's very technical, very scientific, and very, thorough is the word. Very thorough with all of her reviews of hair color. If you're looking to compare whether or not hair color is good for you or you want more information, check her channel out. She always likes to start out her videos with saying that she is not a professional, which I always think is a great idea because I am not a professional. I am self-taught. She says that she's been doing it for 15 years. I've only been doing it a year, but you can learn from my mistakes and also the good things that I've learned. I'm just going to do a really brief video, and then we'll see how you guys like it, and then if you want, I can talk more about hair color. But I just want to do, just a real brief one. So, the very first thing that I want to talk about, so, there's a common misconception that colored hair is more damaging than just, changing your hair from brown or black to blonde. Dyeing your hair blonde is just as damaging, and in my opinion, can be more damaging than dyeing your hair with colored products. The reason I say that is because you have to tone your hair to get a particular blonde, but if you're using vegan hair color, you only really, most of the time, if you're doing a blue or a hot pink, you really only have to lighten it a certain amount, kind of that hideous bronzy orangey yellow that nobody wants to be. Almost any, I'd say half of the colors that you want to dye your hair will take to that and cover it quite well. And so it's almost better. But what I mean by vegan hair color, if this is the first time you're hearing the term vegan hair color, welcome to the wonderful world of vegan hair color, okay? There is so many different brands, and what that means is it's basically made out of vegetables. It has not one thing that's terrible for your hair. Quite the opposite. It's actually good for your hair. And the longer you leave it in, the more it conditions your hair and the longer the color will last. Now, there is one color that I've tried that is permanent. It's called Enrage. It's kind of cheap. It works okay. I just tried it on my eyebrows once, and what else did I try it on? It looks like it's used up quite a bit, but I don't even remember what I used it on. Anyway, this was one of the only ones, and it was okay, but all the other vegan hair colors that I've done were so far superior. Then I was like, why are people even going to salons and getting their hair colored by this stuff that is not vegan and is damaging their hair? If anybody ever touches my hair, they're like, your hair is so soft. I'm like, I know, because I take care of it. So the one thing that I always, before we get into brands and techniques and all sorts of that kind of stuff and colors, and I just want to start with one major tip that is so obvious and it's so easy, and yet it took me 7 months of my hair dyeing journey to find out. Buy coconut oil. Okay, if you do not know the amazing magical properties of coconut oil, buy coconut oil. Okay, doesn't have to be all these fancy things, although if you do go to Costco, they do have a huge bucket of it. It's actually in my kitchen. I didn't grab that. For like 17 bucks versus getting just a small little tiny thing for like $10. So go to Costco if you can. And put that in your hair, like saturate it, your hair with it overnight. Then when you're going to bleach your hair, keep the coconut oil on your hair and bleach your hair as if you would with as normal. The coconut oil will not prevent in any way, and I don't know how this is scientifically possible because it's technically an oil, but it doesn't stop or hinder the bleaching process at all. And afterwards, when you rinse it out, it protects your hair, and your hair feels silky instead of stiff and crunchy. If you're going to bleach your hair, put coconut oil in it first, at least for 2 or 3 hours before. I know it feels kind of gross. Get over it, okay? It's going to be amazing. You're going to be so thankful. That's the number one thing that I am shocked. The amount of people that I come into contact do not know that is like a good idea. Okay, and it took me forever to find that tip. Also, keep in mind that in the beginning of your hair coloring journey, it's very addicting. It's like when one person gets a tattoo, and then that tattoo hasn't even healed completely, and you're already planning your second tattoo, okay? Try your best to not change your color too often, because every time you bleach your hair, it damages it. So, you have to think about this very, very carefully. Because, aren't there, hey, Shazzle, aren't there hair color removers and like safer ways than bleach? I don't think so. Okay, you guys have probably seen the crushed up vitamin C tablets with the conditioner or the Head and Shoulders, and you mix it all up and you put it in your hair, or the bleach bath, or which is like bleach but it doesn't have the developer. I didn't think of a word, developer in it, so it's like technically better for you. In my experience, I've tried several of them. I even tried one that had like baking soda included. And I tried 2 different, I forgot what brands they were, but I tried 2 different brands that said, one of them said it removes color and it doesn't have bleach. Although when I poured out the packet, it smelled like bleach. And the other one was supposed to be like a color remover, like something like Color Safe or something. And it still did like hardly anything. So, what it did do though, is because I didn't realize that I had such healthy hair, that I had bleached my hair, and then I didn't wait a long enough period of time before I started doing the color lightening without bleach that are safer. But the problem is you do not have patience like me. I thought that they were safe, and so I just did a whole crap ton of them all at once, right after each other, again and again and again and again, because what I was trying to do was go from bright pink to sky blue. And what I did not want was violet. I didn't want any purple in the blue, and I knew that if I did not get rid of all of the pink and I put blue on top of the pink, I would end up with a purple. I also needed my hair to be white, because I'm an idiot and I went for sky blue. And if your hair is yellow, it has any yellow on it, and you put blue, a light blue, on top of yellow, you're going to end up with some kind of green in the blue. So, that's why silver hair and white hair and like the really, really light blonde hair is like the hardest to achieve, and it's like the most damaging if you're not smart about it. I was not. Luckily, when I was learning all of this, my hair was about 2 inches long. So, and it's gradually been healing, and that's why I say I'd say probably this much is left from the great bleaching incident of 2017. Maybe my hair was this long. I don't know. But, I thought that because bleach wasn't involved, it wasn't damaging my hair. Technically, it was still drying out my hair. And all those things dry out your hair. And if it's going to strip color, it will damage your hair somehow. And you still need to take into consideration. And the problem, in my opinion, is that a lot of times you don't get the result that you want, and then you end up bleaching anyway, when if you had just waited a week in between bleachings, then you would have had the lightness that you wanted. Or if, just be careful. Be careful. Don't bleach your hair if you bleached it yesterday, type of thing. So, because I want my hair to be really super soft, and I like changing colors quite frequently, I have developed a side part. I mean, basically a death hawk. So I have this area right here, and I also have this area right here, which is great because if I ever get like a wild hair that I like want to like dye some random color, like last week I wanted to do yellow, and I bleached the sides because I know that if I don't like it, and I can get rid of it really quickly because I'll buzz it in like 2 weeks anyway, because my hair grows pretty fast, or 3 weeks. In any case, it's less time. I bleached the sides of my hair, my side cut, and I put this on, and I don't know if I'm speaking to anybody out there who's experienced this, but as an artist, this makes complete sense. I put on this yellow, and I was like, I generally like the color yellow. I put it on, and I was like, I do not feel like me at all. It was... I'm sure lots of people who know me in my real life hear me say this. Too bright would laugh. It was like showstopper highlighter bright yellow. It was beautiful, but when I put it on my head, it was one of the colors that I absolutely found out I do not like on my head. So I immediately took some of my hot pink and slapped some hot pink over it in hopes that it would get a nice, like, maybe, like, orangey color. I ended up with, like, this terrible, absolutely terrible, I wish I knew how to do pictures. It was a burnt orange, almost like a dark pumpkin, and I didn't like it. And you know what? There was nothing I could do about it except for wait for it to grow out, because I was just, and everywhere I went, people were like, I love it, it looks so good. And I was like, I'm glad you like it because I can't stand it. But I'll show you the brands that so be careful when you're bleaching. So what I do and what I would suggest is that if you like to change your hair a lot, try doing certain portions, different colors, or do, if you like pink, start with pink, and that way you can add blue to it to make it purple. You can add red to it, and it'll be red. Sometimes, oh no, granted, I don't like to wash out my hair so that it's faded. I don't like the pastel look. I like the really saturated colors. This is terrible lighting for my hair, but yeah, I have some turquoise right there. Anyway, I've heard that Arctic Fox fades beautifully. And then you end up with this really nice cotton candy pink that's really pretty, and then you could put like a purple over it or a blue over it, and sometimes if it's a really dark blue, it'll be mostly just blue. So that's what I would suggest, trying to do certain things like that. Looking at a color wheel, figuring out, generally if you want to cancel out a color, you can go with the opposite color from the color wheel and then put that over on top, and you won't even know. For example, red and green, but I think the base color has to be kind of faded. So all I know is that I don't feel like myself unless I have some kind of pink in my hair. So most of my hair is turquoise and purple and black, but I have this bang section that is supposed to be pink. There we go. It's kind of like a dark magenta right now because when I dyed it, I had a bunch of different bottles of random stuff and I just mixed them all together. So because I'm a notorious, like, I don't know what you would call this, but I'm notorious at whenever there's like this much left of a product, food or beauty product or anything, I like open up the new one and just don't want to deal with the teeny tiny amount left, which is why I have this. These are all of my bottles that are almost empty and they are perpetually upside down. And I put them in my kitchen, which is not where I dye my hair, but where I walk every day, so that I remember when I want to refresh my hair that they are here. Use them. Do not be wasteful. Which is how I end up with such an unorganized bag full of hair dye. So the brands I've tried, and I'm not going to review them because that's going to be way too long of a video, but I'll tell you right now, I am very happy with Manic Panic. I'm very happy with Arctic Fox. I'm pretty happy with Directions. Splat is always a good way to go, even though you can just get it in the drugstore. It's great. And special effects. So I would say special effects is probably the best, although I've only tried one color of them, but they are the one pink that I had in my hair when I tried a bunch of different brands of pink. That was the reason why I had to bleach my hair so much. So I've tried Arctic Fox, Manic Panic, Pravana, Splat, why do I hear my dog's sighing behind me? Splat, Enrage, Iro, Special Effects. I'm sure there's just a couple extras. Splat. I've tried, Manic Panic, the, intense version. I forgot what they call it. Why do they not even say it on here? But yeah, I have the regular Manic Panic, and then I also have like the amplified, I think is the word, Manic Panic amplified. They're all good. I mean, I'd say half of them are good. One thing I will say in this video, because I'm trying to make this video important, as an important beginner hair video type thing, is Iro, and I have seen this on several videos, the main problem with Iro It's not the cost. It's very cost effective. It's not the smell. It smells delicious. It's not the color. The color is vibrant. My biggest complaint with Iroh and why I refuse to touch it ever again is because for me, now I say for me because everybody's body chemistry is different, everybody's hair color is different, everybody's hair is a different type of hair, so it all reacts differently. For me, and I've seen this for the couple different people, Iroh transferred onto everything for me. My hands were like pink all the time. My pillowcase was pink. The backs of my shirts were pink. My towels were pink. It didn't, like, they was just, and my sweat was pink. And it wasn't until I washed it, like, I think I had to wash it like a lot, and I don't like to wash my colored hair a lot because I have naturally dry hair, which means that after I processed it, it was drier, which means that I can get away with not washing my hair for sometimes 2.5 weeks, which means that I don't have to reapply the color hardly ever. That's my blessing. I had to wash it, and I washed it many, many times and I didn't enjoy washing my hair because I don't use heat on my hair, which means that I have to wait for it to dry, and I have like a particular turban-y thing that I will wrap my hair in so that it dries straight, because otherwise it's like this, it's all wavy, and it's not how I like. And I don't want to use the curling iron or a flat iron or anything or a blow dryer, because I want my hair that's already been bleached before. I want to make sure I protect it as much as possible. So I try to never use heat. But I had to wash my hair like 8 times before it stopped transferring on everything. And I was not a happy camper. I'm not the type of person who enjoys washing their hair. In the next video, I should show you the product that saved my hair and brought it back to life. It's the only expensive beauty product that I ever buy or have ever bought and continue to buy. But I'll just show you. I've done multiple colors. I've done every color, I think. I've done green, not like my whole head, but there was a point where I had like a toucan type of look with like rainbow kind of. I've done green, I've done blue, I've done yellow, I've done orange. Didn't like the yellow and orange or green. Pink, blue, purple, all kinds of pinks, blues, purples. I have a little bit of black on my tips. Turquoise. Yeah, so I've done a lot. I'd say that, so generally, my plan is so far is, to, whenever my roots grow out, we do coconut oil, because my husband helps me do my roots, because it's really hard to get your roots from the back and also like do your roots without touching too much of the hair that's already been processed. It's really hard to do that by yourself. So I'm so thankful that I have him to help me, and that he's a detail-oriented person, and I've taught him how I prefer the way to do it, and he is very like receptive to that. There's like sweat on the hardwood floor from my legs. That's so gross. So what I do is I generally just dye the roots a different color if I like feel like I need a different color. And that's why like a lot of time, like right now I have black, and then it used to be blue, and then turquoise, and then pink, and then turquoise, I think. I don't even remember anymore. Honestly, it's like it's gotten to a point where I don't even take new pictures of my hair after it's done. I'm just like, it's just so normal for me that I'll go to places and people will be like, "Oh, I love your hair," and I forget that my hair is a different color. Like, this is so normal for me, and it just feels so comfortable for me. In the beginning, it was kind of nerve-wracking for me slightly, because I didn't want people's attention, and I didn't want people to think I was doing it for attention. And I was just doing it because I've always wanted to color my hair, and I never could. When I was a teenager, that we didn't have like things that you could buy at the drugstore that was like cheap, let alone like vegan. And then I entered the retail world and joined a whole bunch of jobs that said that you can only have your hair colored natural colors. So I had never had the chance to do it. So when I quit Albertsons, and I was really, really sick, I decided to color my hair to cheer myself up. And then when I went out in public, I was kind of like nervous because I was very aware that people were like staring at me. And now I don't even notice if people are staring at me. It's back to normal, so I'm so glad. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. In my next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about brands and which ones I liked versus which ones I didn't really like. And the kind of bleach I use and why. And I hope you liked this video. I just wanted to give back a little bit. Come here. Come here. To the hair community that's helped me so much. Yeah. She says, "Mom, I'm so glad I'm not a white dog. Otherwise, I would be a rainbow dog." Oh, and then I'd have all these people telling me that I don't take care of my animal. That's not true. We take better care about her than us. Look at how comfortable she has become with me. She's just, oh, you know what you did last night was so cute. She hates it. She hates it when I do this. Vanilla ice, ice, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ice, ice, baby. Too cold, too cold, too cold. Too cold, too cold, too cold. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful to you in your hair journey. Do lots of research. Do your research. Bye.